This is an 03 f350. Basically same procedure for any f250 and most 150s as well. Is your extended cab door stuck shut? Go to open it, nothing happens. So just to let you know right away, what happens is Ford makes plastic cable ends that deteriorate and break. These are the updated aluminum ones. The Dorman part number is 926-111. You see there's one different one. That one goes in the top mount, and the other three are the same, which go to the other three spots. The top mount being the one up here. So if you wonder how to get one of these open with your, how do you get them off? I'll show you what you do. You remove these Allen or the Phillips heads there and pop these two panels off, and underneath there'll be two number 7 bolts. And so the tools you're gonna need is a set of hex heads or Torx bits, your new updated kit, which is a Dorman 926-111. You'll need a Phillips screwdriver, number 7 socket, a couple flat heads for prying, pliers to, you know, push some of these cable ends in, a hammer in case you gotta hammer something. I lube everything up with WD-40 so it moves easier. You don't need ratchets and stuff like that, but it just, or Torx drivers and stuff, but it makes it easier for me because I accumulated that stuff. So we'll go ahead and unscrew this first and pop those two out of there. You just simply unscrew them. It's not, when you're doing the cable ends, it's not the most fun. So if you're not used to doing anything like this, you can try it, but just pull. These have locking tabs. There's ones across the bottom, one up here that will break if you don't pull it right, and one's along here so you can pull from the inside like that. Sometimes this corner one breaks, so try to pull from that outside corner, set that to the side. That exposes these, and you got push pin rivets. So grab your number 7. I know, it's like cheating. Okay, that fell somewhere. Find that later. Okay, and then you got your 2 push rivets that simply just push in the center, releases them. Gently pull it out, it'll pop it out. And you got your rivets to reuse. Sometimes they break because it's old, the truck's 20 years old. So this simply just lifts straight out. There's hooks in there that go into the door. So grab this, wiggle it up, set it to the side. Looking easy so far. All right, where it gets tricky now is you can pop this off to get this one loose to open the door. See, I'm pulling the handle, nothing happens. Either one, either bottom or top opens. So you can pop this off. It pins in like the other ones, and there's 2 hex heads or Torx bits here. You can undo that, that'll release that. Or you undo these, but it's easier to do this. You don't have to wrestle with the cable. Other options are, pull this down. It's just glue. Have the black sticky glue, but this one's a little different. So here's your cable ends here. This is your failure. I'll show you. See right there, the broken cable end? Just disintegrated, nothing, breaks right off. So there's your problem there. You can sometimes pull this up, and then your other cable ends right here, also broken. So sometimes you can, grab them with both hands, pull them and get them to release. You can go down into here, pull this one up, pull the cable, release it, and then get up to that one, unbolt that. But what I'll do first is I'll grab both cables and try to get them released and open the door. And if that doesn't work, I'll remove this trim piece and take the 2 Torx bits out. which are a T40, and that will release the top, and I just worry about the bottom. So the easiest way was to, take the cable, pull it across, see where it's right there, pull it across towards me while pushing on the door, pull it, pop this side open, and then with this hand up here, hold against that so this latch doesn't latch again, and then do the same thing with the bottom one, pull it and pull it up towards you, and it pops the other one off, and then you push your door open and you are ready to start replacing cable ends. This one, you remove these 3 Torx bits and then wiggle this out, and then you'll install the cable end that is flat, has 2 flat spots on, because that can just slide up in there and twist. Otherwise there's nowhere to get that in. And then the other 3 are the round ends, which are the same. Now these being aluminum, they push into these slots. You can see that slot back there, harder than the old ones. But right here's an example of what happens. So this has nothing left on it. That's why your door don't open anymore. It's on all 4 ends, from right here where it pulls the levers and actuators down to the actual spot where the cable goes into these actuators. And when you go to this bottom one, you also have 3 of the hex heads you will remove, and that allows you to pull that cable set up out of here. So I'll remove those and pull them out just to show you what that looks like. T27's out. This pulls up, wiggle it to the side, and pull straight out. Okay, and you can see your cable in there. See how it's flat on that side? That's why you got the flat-sided one. Your next one's at the bottom. The 3 bolts are out. They reach in there. Watch for spiders. This one's cable pulled right off of it. Not a big deal. And this is your next one. See, there's nothing left. No cable and left on there. So you'll, the best way to do this is to take your razor blade. Be super careful, don't cut towards yourself, but see these where it's molded on there? Those got to get shaved off, or it doesn't slip on easy. I mean, you can spray some WD-40 on and try to manhandle it on there, but if your cable end is kind of up too far, it changes, your pull length, and you won't have enough adjustment up on those all threads right there where you can adjust in the plastic clip. So it's best to scrape some of this off so it goes on nice, and slip your cable ends on. And when you push it into here, I have the hammer, because normally this one, I'll tap it in with the hammer, or you can put the pliers on it and squeeze it into the pliers so it pops in. Like I said, being aluminum, it's a lot harder than putting plastic in there. So that's the procedure for putting your cable ends in. Like, you'll remove that one. This one's a little more tricky being that far up, but what you do is release on these ones, the top cable is here. You push these 2 pieces, those clips in. That'll pop that cable end out, so you can bring that cable up out farther. Same thing with this bottom one. You take your flat head and you pop this cable like this, like that, and then you can pull your all thread out. And I like to look like there's about 4 threads past, so I'll put it back into start. So then that gives me room to play with that cable. And same on this one. So you can take your flathead screwdriver. See, let's push that tab in, push this tab in. With one hand it's a little tough, but you push the tab in and push the other side in, and then it'll push this through, and then you'll bring that over here and you'll set up your cable end on it, and then the cable end goes into this top slot here, which that's tricky. You're gonna have to work with it a while and put your pliers on there and work it in. And same with this one, this cable end being in there, we put the pliers around the cable end and work it in until it clips in. And then get them all set up and set your, get it working good. These will need, spray some WD-40 around these, both of them. It will, because the first time you shut it, it might not latch, it might not latch on your door latches, and you'll think something's wrong, but they're dry. They need some lube on there, and then you might need to adjust your cable lengths. So I hope this video helped you guys out. Sorry I don't have a spare hand to do, video and show you getting the cable ends on, but I'll make another piece to show, what they look like on there. But I hope this helped you guys out. If your door's stuck shut and you think you're at a loss, you can, with a Phillips screwdriver, a 7mm, you can really pop the ends off and get right to them, get your Torx bit sets and get this stuff off. And if it's too hard for you to do once you get in there, either, keep working at it or find someone who can do it for a reasonable price. I hope this helped you guys out, save you guys some money. Please like and subscribe, and God bless you guys. Take care. With the cable end installed up there, and then the cable end installed up here, which just fell over there. But that's with it on, and I haven't clipped them in yet. Leave this top one up like that, and then get this bottom one set in. And the reasoning why is because sometimes it's easier to work with one on the other. Getting this one in and bolted up first, or getting this side put in and set up first, and then pulling that one in and bolting it in. Sometimes when you got to bolt it in, if it's tight and pulling on itself because it's not set in yet, it's easier to bolt this in first and then work with this cable. So this is what they look like set in. I'll go ahead and press them in right there on the slot. We'll press into this slot here, but I'm going to go ahead and lube this stuff up so when I put it together it's working properly. And yeah, that's the steps to do it.